Hi, my name is Dr. Wayne Dyer, and I'm going to share with you my thoughts on letting go and trusting the path to success. For years, I lived inside a cage built by my own hands. I believed that to achieve anything meaningful, I had to control everything. I planned my days, dominated my thoughts, and micromanaged my actions. But this cage, which I thought was my strength, was actually my prison. I lived in a constant state of fear and anxiety. Every unexpected event was a personal failure, and I was the only one to blame. And the peace I wanted seemed a million miles away. This wasn't success. It was a high-stakes survival game I was slowly losing. Then, slowly and painfully, I started to learn a different truth. It wasn't one big aha moment, but a series of small cracks that let the light in. Through bumps in the road and unexpected turns, I found out I couldn't control everything. And even better, I didn't have to. I started to see that life has its own smarts, its own flow that moves in ways we can't always guess. I noticed that many of the best things in my life, the biggest chances, the deepest connections, came not because I chased them, but because I was open enough to welcome them when they popped up unexpectedly. This understanding changed everything. I learned to let go of the reins, not because I was giving up, but with wisdom. I learned to trust the journey, to trust myself, and to trust that life itself was a friend, not an enemy to be beaten. The illusion of control is a tempting idea. We're taught to make strict plans, believing that success comes directly from hard work. And even though doing things is super important, a dangerous problem happens when we think our effort is the only thing that matters. This is the big illusion, believing we have total control. But life is full of surprises. Holding on to that idea is a sure way to get frustrated. It's like trying to control the ocean's waves. This deep need for control often comes from fear. Fear of not knowing what's next. Fear of messing up. Control becomes our shield, but it's just pretend. The tighter we hold on to our plans, the more it hurts when they have to change, which they always do. This obsession actually hurts us. When you're stuck on just one way, you can't see all the other cool things that could happen. It keeps you in a tunnel, so you can't see all the amazing possibilities around you, until we're completely worn out. The most immediate cost is the constant draining presence of stress and anxiety. When you think you're personally responsible for managing every outcome, your nervous system is always on high alert. You're constantly looking for threats, preparing for impact, and trying to force reality to bend to your will. This state of being super watchful isn't something you can keep up. It drains your energy, leaving you exhausted, irritable, and overwhelmed. True success isn't about reaching a goal at the cost of your well-being. This mental and emotional tension directly affects how well you do things. Think about it. When are you at your best? Is it when you're tense, worried, obsessed with every little detail? Or is it when you're relaxed, focused, and completely into the task at hand? Too much control creates mental static, blocks your gut feelings, and chokes your creativity. It's like trying to write a beautiful piece of music while constantly worrying if every note is perfect. The pressure kills the very inspiration you need to create something amazing. Your best work and your brightest ideas don't come from being stuck, but from growing and going with the flow. Needing to control everything hurts your relationships. In teams, micromanaging shows a lack of trust and makes people lose their motivation. In your personal life, it looks like jealousy or trying to change the people you care about, which causes bad feelings and pushes people away. Letting go of the need to control isn't about giving up or becoming lazy. It's not about just accepting your fate and waiting for things to happen to you. Instead, it's a powerful, active shift in your mindset, from forcing to flowing, from resisting to allowing. It's about choosing to trust the process on purpose. This means you still work hard, you still set goals, you still take big actions. The difference is you let go of being super attached to one specific outcome and to a strict timeline. You do your part really well, and then you make space for life to do its part. This way of doing things needs a deep and lasting sense of patience. In our world of getting things right away, we've been taught to expect results immediately. We want the promotion now, the successful business now, the perfect relationship now. but everything worth having takes time to grow. A seed doesn't become a mighty tree overnight. It needs time, food, and the right conditions. The word give up often sounds bad, making us think of losing. But when we're talking about growing as a person, truly giving up is actually a sign of great strength and smarts. It doesn't mean you stop trying. It means you stop fighting a battle you can't win against what's real and what you can't control. It's choosing to stop fighting with life and instead start dancing with it, holding your goals with an open hand instead of a tight fist. At the heart of letting go of control is faith. I'm not talking about religion, but about believing in a universe that supports you and the strong feeling that life is working for you. This faith starts with a deep belief in yourself. Grow the certainty that you have the inner tools, like creativity, toughness, and bravery, to handle whatever life throws your way. So, you no longer fear what you don't know, because you trust in your ability to figure it out. A lot of our worries come from living anywhere but the present moment. Our minds get caught up in things we regret from the past, or rush ahead to the future. But the only place where you truly have power, where you can do things and make changes, is right here, right now. This deep feeling of being present is the way to what's called flow. It's that amazing feeling where you're so focused on what you're doing that time seems to vanish, and you don't worry about what others think. Understanding the power of letting go is one thing, putting it into practice is another. This isn't a switch you can flip overnight. It's a daily practice, a muscle you need to make stronger over time. The journey doesn't start with a huge jump, but with small, easy steps you can add to your life today. The first and most powerful tool you have is your breath. When you feel worry squeezing you, when you feel like you need to control everything, just stop. Close your eyes and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Breathe in calm, breathe out control. This simple act stops the stress pattern in your brain and brings you back to right now. Next, become an observer of your own thoughts. Don't judge them, just watch them. If you find yourself falling into worry, trying to mentally handle a situation that's out of your hands, gently ask yourself, is this really something I can control? If the answer is no, if it involves someone else's feelings, a future event, a market trend, then your job is to consciously let it go. Life is a wonderful trip, full of unexpected turns, beautiful detours, and surprise destinations. For too long, you might have thought that the only way to go on this trip was to hold the steering wheel super tight, trying to control every bump in the road. But this path only leads to being super tired, worried, and a small idea of what's possible. Real success isn't about how well you can boss life around, but how well you can dance with it. It's not found in trying to control everything tightly, but in the freedom of trusting, the clearness of being present, and the peace of letting go. This is your invite to a new way of living. It's an invite to let go of the heavy burden of having to manage everything and everyone. It's not a one-time decision, but something you do every day, a choice you make moment by moment. Every day, you get to choose trust over fear. Every day, you can choose to loosen your grip a little more. Every day, you can practice being patient and grow your faith.